Hello and welcome to Flip and Dare. Today we're actually going to be discussing a problem that most fix and flip investors do not talk about. So let's get started. If you've completed your first flip, you have proven to yourself that you can do this, that you are officially a flipper. But here's a question that most fix and flip investors actually don't ask themselves. Am I building a flipping business or am I just doing flips? And no, those two things are not the same. And the gap between them can actually be costing you more than you think. So by the nature of the business, flips can vary a lot between them. For me, for example, my second flip, Town Square, was actually a very low budget, quick flip because it was a cosmetic flip. The biggest thing that we did with that flip was actually fix a deck in the backyard. Aside from that, everything was cosmetic. Floor, paint, bathrooms. That was the extent of it. On the flip side, my sixth flip, Hopkins, was actually a beast of a project. The rehab budget for Hopkins was actually almost $200,000. It included foundation work. It included a new roof. It included tearing down walls in the master bathroom, in the kitchen, rearranging the floor plan, a brand new pool. Not brand new, but I mean, it might as well have been because it was in bad condition, etc. So it was a huge, huge project. Each of them were very different, brought very different lessons. And because of the variety, right, and the variation between all of the flips, you as an investor really get stuck in execution mode, right? You think about the project that you have in front of you, you think about the rehab, and then you're thinking about listing, and then you're thinking about the buyers, and then when you see that you're gonna sell, what do you think about next? The next flip that you're gonna go buy, right? Like, when am I gonna go out hunting again? How many flips can I have at the same time, right? And you're not really thinking about anything else, right? You're not thinking about the building your flipping business. You're thinking about that repetition of flip after flip after flip, right? And so because we seldomly take the time to step back and actually look in and see what are the operations and the operational infrastructure that surround my flipping business, right? Am I actually putting systems into place? Am I actually becoming more efficient? Am I optimizing, right? And because most of us don't actually take that step back to look at the bigger picture of our business, we fail to actually create and implement this operational infrastructure that I'm talking about for our flipping businesses, right? And they are so important, and nobody in the industry really talks about it. Most of the public facing flippers that I follow and that I learn from, of course, they all talk about the deal, the flip, right? The flip itself. How do I do the flip? How do I rehab? How do I do the design? And then they talk about how do you, and really the only other thing that they talk about a lot is acquisition, right? And so how do I find the deal? How do I analyze the deal, right? All things are very important, but they're very flip and project specific, right? Nobody really talks about how do I build that operational infrastructure around my flipping business and my flipping operations for me to become more efficient, for me to become more protected, for me to become better at investing, for me to become faster, right? All of these things that we can build, that we can systemize, that we can create, that we can put into place to really grow and improve and protect ourselves and our flipping business are so important, and not very many people talk about this. So most investors actually stumble upon improved flipping operations after years and years and years of trial and error, and after thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars lost. And it does not have to take this long, right? And when things go wrong, which this is flipping, so it's gonna happen, you are gonna be left extremely vulnerable and extremely exposed because the infrastructure to protect you was not there in the first place. And I speak from experience. So if this is something that interests you, this is exactly what I help fix and flip investors build and create and set up for their flipping operations. Come check out my Skool community. I'll actually leave the link down below. I create a ton of free value for you guys surrounding this topic, so you can actually connect with me directly in my Skool community, and you can also check out all of the free materials that I have for you guys. I'll see you in the next one.